Hey everybody, TJ and Fish here. So real quick, we want to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about the importance of the basics. So the fun stuff is coming, right? We all want to focus on the really cool stuff, have the new toys and work out new marketing campaigns and strategies. But here's the deal. If you don't have the basics down, none of that's going to work. Right, Fish? You got to have the basics down.
Right.
So one of the most important basics that we talk about is building a brand via social media. You've got to be posting out there. You've got to build an audience via Facebook, via Twitter, via Instagram, whatever it is, whatever platform you're taking. Obviously, we love Facebook. That's our big thing here. But we'll go wherever the audience is. We're not locked into Facebook. We want to go wherever the audience is. The audience has to be on Facebook right now and has been for some time. But here's the thing. People know who we are because we're putting content out there. We're building our names. We're building our brands. You want to hear this term, control the narrative, a lot throughout this course. We control the narrative of what we want people to know about us, how we want people to perceive us. So all that really cool stuff. Look, we're going to teach you guys how to generate more leads than you can possibly work. But the difference between someone who converts those leads effectively and someone who said that those leads are garbage are two things. One, person who converts them effectively works the leads, right? They call them, they text message them, they Facebook message them, they follow up with them. But two, people know who they are. Because when they go and they search for them on Facebook, guess what? That happens. Fish, how many times does somebody search for you on Facebook before they make an initial connection with you?
I have a kind of a fun story that goes along with that. And before I get into that story, two things. Number one, I promised I was going to start doing more pattern interrupts on my videos to get people's attention. So there's your pattern interrupt.
Yeah. Let's not do that. We can even edit that out if you want to.
Starting a video with TJ talking in the white screen is not the best way to get our videos to go viral. Because since we're talking about building a narrative, it's important that people see you as something that's different and that you stand out. That was the point of all that. The second piece is that, I worked for a company, and I won't call them out or say anything bad because I still have lots of friends there and I still use them for banking. I had some troubles getting my cell phone number transferred over. And at the end of the day, I kind of gave up. I probably could have pushed harder, but I switched phone numbers. I mean, over a decade in the business, I switched my cell phone number. Don't do that, by the way. That's a terrible idea. But I promise you, I have one person a week, okay, maybe two a month. I don't know the exact number. I don't track it. That reaches out to me on Facebook Messenger or literally just finds me and my number online or LinkedIn or wherever they find me and say, hey, I tried to find you. I had your old number on my phone. I called and I got somebody else trying to pitch me, and I told them I didn't want them. I wanted you. And then I just kind of went online and I found you. So, I know we teach classes to agents this all the time. Don't be a secret agent. Be the person that people know. Be the person that people remember. Stand out. Control your narrative. And with social media, it's easier than ever. A lot of these people that are reaching out to me, I kind of said, yes, they go online to find me, but many of them find me through Facebook Messenger because I've done a good job with them. I've gone to their closings. I've shook their hands. I consider a lot of them friends at this point. We're friends on Facebook. They literally find me on Facebook. They shoot me a message. I lost your cell. I tried to dial you. I got somebody else at another bank. What's your current cell phone number? And, that's just, to me, it's critical to shake as many hands as you can. I have some good friends locally that constantly remind me, the more hands you shake, the more money you make. Guess what? You can do that online nowadays, and you have to because everyone else is doing it.
Absolutely. And here's the deal. You don't even know when people are looking you up, right? Don't make no mistake. People are going to Google. They're punching your name in. So they're deciding they want to do business with you, whether it's a consumer, whether it's a real estate agent, whomever it might be. They're going to Google. They're punching your name in. So if you have enough content out there, videos, Facebook posts, blog posts, LinkedIn articles, whatever it may be, that's what's going to pop up. Again, you're controlling the narrative. So if you guys want proof that this works and that social media works and is an extremely powerful platform to build your business, we've got a story for you about two down-and-out joker clown loan officers who were making more money than they could spend before the crash, had nothing to their name during the crash that somehow wound up connecting with one of their heroes. I think it's a pretty sweet story, Fish, but I would like you to go ahead and share it since you are familiar with it just as much as I am.
Well, we've known these LOs for a long time, and, we talk to them almost every day. And, like a lot of people, they somehow weathered a crash from tenacity and, perhaps because they had no other choice, backed into a corner. But ultimately, came out of the crash and said, I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to get trapped to the point where I have to be, I have to pick a certain employer. I have to pick a certain method to do my business. And then if my cheese moves, I'm going to have nothing. I mean, I'm going to have to go back and read the Who Stole My Cheese book and try to figure out how to find my cheese again. And, these LOs, we constantly talk to them. What they decided is, well, instead of being behind the trends and kind of listening to other people tell us what to do, let's maybe stay ahead of the trends and figure out how to be better at marketing and advertising and embrace what we see as the next, the next course of evolution for the salesperson. And ultimately, we truly believe, I know TJ and I believe, and I know these LOs believe, that evolution was social media. It was video. It was branding. It's the kind of things that we're sitting up here on our pedestals, making videos on our computer, telling you guys that's what we're going to be teaching you in our programs. And that's what we want you to embrace. Whether you do it perfectly or imperfectly, like some of our friends, our famous friend Chad, who constantly says imperfect action, or you just dabble a little bit, you can't ignore that there are automation pieces, software pieces, and companies constantly trying to come and put us out of business. But I know that if I'm engaging, I do a great job. I have a great audience. People recognize that I'm the best at what I do. I don't think anyone's going to truly take that job or that position from me. And ultimately, that dedication to trying to going down that path led these loan officers that we're talking about, and I don't know if you can guess who they are, but you'll guess pretty soon, to connecting with folks like Frank and Brian. And they started to get noticed. And ultimately, next thing you know, these guys they're hosting events. They have loan officers reaching out to them, asking them how to do it. They're asking them, who we should refer them to, or who somebody else should refer them to, or whatever. At the end of the day, they are a lot more famous than they used to be. So I'm already screwing the story up, TJ.
Yeah, I think you've already.
I'm already giving it away.
At this point, obviously, it's us.
It's
right?
us.
So
it's us. It's TJ.
Because we were talking about how, back in the crash, we're both on the Eastern time. We at 10 a.m. Eastern every morning. We would sit there, and we didn't even know each other at this point. I was sitting in a broom closet with a buddy of mine, a loan officer. We had one desk, two chairs, one phone, one computer, one mouse, and we couldn't wait for the Think Big, Work Small daily show to come out. We watched it every day. It's the one thing that got us through. Like, man, these guys are real. These guys, know what we're going through as loan officers. They're trying to help us out there to put in information. That was my first real exposure to video marketing. And they were my heroes. Like, for years, I watched them all the time because it's what got me through my day. It's what I came in, sitting there, leaving the house in the morning wondering how I'm going to, am I going to be able to feed my kids this week? Am I going to be able to buy groceries or I have to borrow money from my mom to buy groceries type of thing? That's how bad the crash was for me. I lost everything. And, Frank would go on there and tell some story about prospecting. Like, hey, make 5 calls today, make your 10 calls today, do this, do this, do this. And I would. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but it got me through every day. And, you told the same story, Fish. Same thing, financial struggles. But this was kind of like that light at the end of the tunnel. It's kind of like this daily beacon. And these guys became heroes. And then all of a sudden last year, 8 months ago, we connected some of our heroes. And they had been noticing us based off of some of the circles we were now running in, based off of what we had done with social media and the brands that we had created for ourselves. And we tell you this story as truly an example of why it is so important to understand the basics, to build the foundation, to create the brand, because once the brand's created, let me tell you something, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. You'll hear me say guys and gals a lot. I try not to offend, but it happens. When you build the brand, when people know who you are, consumers will find you, agents will find you. You will never have an issue getting into a door and going to meet with a new set of agents. What's our buddy Peckman? Tell real quick, Fish, because there's always, folks, I want to tell you, if you've seen our videos, we always say this will be a quick video, and then Fish and I start talking, and I'm highly caffeinated, so I start rambling. Then he goes and starts telling the story, and next thing you know, we're three roads down on the story of where we started. But it's because we're passionate about what we do. But tell about our buddy Peckman, where he was a year ago, where he went to, and how he kind of remodeled and rebuilt his business.
Well, he was basically, he decided to make a move, and he lost it on the crash just like we did, and had gained a level of success from, the things we just talked about, the tenacity, the I will not let the world beat me. My parents told me to work hard. I'm working hard. That kind of mentality, which is great, and which is awesome. And we want to surround ourselves with people like that. But, he decided to relocate. And, one thing I know about Gregg is that he has tried everything under the sun when it comes to business, at least. If his wife is watching this, just kidding. But ultimately, Gregg, we know, has tested everything in America when it comes to mortgage marketing, mortgage selling, building a branch. I mean, every single possible coach in program, he has tried it. He's tried it all.
Right. He likes shiny objects more than we do.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy to say.
Yep. Yeah, but ultimately, Gregg decided, I'm going to relocate. I'm going to switch companies, which we're not going to say that played a part of it. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But he decided that he was going to come up and just start putting a message out there over and over that he had something extremely valuable for agents. He was going to help them be better at their business. He was going to help them market. He was going to help them generate leads. He was going to help them cultivate leads. He was going to do what nobody else in America was doing. He was going to be a true partner and not a vendor, my least favorite word. And ultimately, I think, and yet, now keep in mind, he does have 3 LOs at this point, but I believe he has 40 deals in process over the several states. But he's almost back to his glory days when loans were a lot easier. And as we all know, it's a lot easier or a lot harder now to get that large number of loans with the complexities of moving loans through the process. And the majority of those are purchase loans too. They're not easy slam dunk refis. So yes, of course, he did the work. He knows how to get a loan through the system and all that. But he came up and he relocated to a completely different part of the country 8 months ago, 9 months ago, 10 months ago, something with zero business. Right. And just started putting his message out there on social media and started learning a little bit higher level stuff from us and others. Certainly didn't use only our program, but he found out how to truly help agents generate contacts, how to brand themselves, and how to convert leads better, and how to gain more referrals. So he put all of his energy in that, and his main channel was social media.
Yep. So be real clear, Gregg has actually done more to help us, in sharing his experiences with us than we've done to help him. And he had already started hitting this level of success before working with us. We've just been able to add to his repertoire. But the point is, Gregg went in cold, built the brand on social media quickly, and in less time than you would think you can build a business, has become one of the top performing teams in his new company, in his region, and it's because building the brand, putting it out there. So that's it.
I didn't want to talk about the company. We won't even really drop the name, but he does work for the company I work for. And I won one of the top producer awards, myself and Chad, our other friend. But I'm pretty sure Gregg's going to take it from me this year. There's no way I can keep up with him. His brand is so strong. He's on a roll. He's got multiple states. He's doing a great job of hiring and training. But again, the main source of building this brand was social media, was videos, was coaching, was teaching, was doing all the things that we talk about so often, and the things that have allowed TJ and I to meet with Frank and Brian and appear in front of you guys today and pull ourselves out of, I'm just this guy at a desk at a LO that, yes, I'm doing a good job, I'm going to make 6 figures. Now we see the world as our oyster because we have we have an understanding of how to build a brand, how to build an audience, and we can see the momentum, and it's just so powerful.
Yep, and that's what you guys are going to learn. And that's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to build a brand, how to build an audience, how to speak to that audience, how to follow up with them, how to convert them, how to generate new leads, new to audience, all this kind of stuff. And it all starts right now. So again, go through, watch this video again, skip past the parts where Fish and I start monologuing and going off the rails. Get used to it as well. And then go through the other stuff in here, get the foundation set up. If you need us, you know how to contact us. Make sure you're hitting your milestones. Fish, anything to add to close it out, my friend?
I like to let you close it out, and then I like to interrupt you and close it out.
Yep, that's why I'm throwing it out there right now.
Take action. Do the stuff we say, but most importantly, make videos, make content, and be a leader, be an authority.
All right.
That's all I got, man.
That's it. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.